who gets to drive down Deansgate 120 miles an hour?
No, you were just saying about Manchester, Vodafone put on a fantastic event for Manchester today, and you were just blown away by the amount of people that have braved all the elements to come here.
Yeah, you know, in a Grand Prix, the British Grand Prix, you expect to have a lot of fans being British, but coming here, you don't know what to expect. But when I first went out in just the road and saw how many people, it's fantastic. It really is. So thank you all so much for the support. Thank you so much. Formula 1's pretty big up here then.
I think they like it, yeah. But what a great thing to be able to bring Formula 1 to places where Formula 1 doesn't exist, and I think that's one thing that's happened here today.
Yeah, you know, I've only ever driven a Formula 1 car on the streets in London. That was ages ago. And now we're here in Manchester. I think we've got to say a big thank you to Vodafone PRP for making this happen and giving us the opportunity to have this show. And for me, it's as much fun as it is for you guys, you know, driving a Formula 1 car away from work. This is just everyone's dream, eh? Every child is, you know, every kid's dream. So, yeah, I'm very lucky.
Jenson, we've had some questions from the guys down here, so I'm just going to go through some of the things I want to know. So, question number one is, what car would you go out and buy if you could right now?
Ford Fiesta.
I drive for McLaren. What am I going to do? I actually don't need to. Do you say gee whiz? It's good, environmentally friendly, I like that. I've actually got a McLaren MP4 12C, the same as that silver car that was flying around. So, it's pretty awesome. But I also like my old cars. I've got an old Porsche that I love from the 1970s. So that's one of my favourites.
I'm going to talk today about Jenson driving his McLaren and many other entertaining and interesting cars, although mainly the McLaren is the real attraction on this bank holiday Monday just gone. Being a bank holiday did bring up a few problems, mainly transport issues. Very popular event. Nobody wants to work on a bank holiday, and many people didn't. And so the train services weren't working, weren't operating. They did provide a substitute. They provided some coaches. Very good. Very comfortable. Got 2 seats to myself. I wasn't charged. Excellent. And it took an hour, and it would ordinarily take about half an hour. Only an hour to get there. I say only. It was reasonable. Didn't have to wear a seat belt. I've got a window seat, so not too packed either, except a group of hard guys did get on at one point. Although I quickly established that they were also McLaren or Jenson fans, and they weren't going to do much harm. But they were complaining a lot, as hard guys do. 5 or 6 of them. They surrounded me, completely engulfed my area of the coach. But as they were coming down the aisle, the walkway, I had a choice. I could move right to the back, get out of their way, and that'd be at the end of it, and they'd all sit together. As it was, I thought, I'll stay still, I'll stay in my own seat, my existing seat, and that'll send a message. That'll send the message of, I'm not going to be pushed over. I'm resilient, and I will not move. I'll gain their respect. I don't know whether I did. They didn't do anything to me anyway. I couldn't help but overhear their conversation. Most of it fairly mundane, although at one point they were talking in some detail about the idea of a new 3D television, and I wouldn't be that bothered, but they were saying, oh well, if you buy a TV, make sure you get some kind of cover on it for 3 years, and then after 2, in his words, put a hammer through it, which amused me greatly. It would swing a hammer through. One guy was insisting that this would work. I don't know. I'm not into that kind of stuff, and that was really the entertainment, because I daren't put my iPod on whilst they were around me. Because what do you listen to? I didn't want to. I just stayed still. But it was a good, reasonable journey. I was glad to be on some transport. I was going to see Jenson. Excellent start to the day. Upon arrival, it was pretty chilly, but really quite excited actually. Jenson was going to do his demonstrations, and the event was really at the south end of Manchester. I arrived at the north end. Only sort of a 10-15 minute walk, but nonetheless a slightly unfamiliar one. I got a little bit lost, if I'm honest, as well. I did see Liam Gallagher's shop on the way, I think it was anyway. I didn't linger, but and it probably wasn't open, bank holiday. But also, pretty good. Nice to see a different area of Manchester. So, I made my way towards the area. I could see a lot of red. I know I'm in the correct area. Loads of Vodafone stickers and hoardings and barriers and posters, and you know you're in the right area. And big queue straight away. I don't know what time they were queuing from, but already the barriers were laid. The camera guy was already set up. This is bearing in mind about 10:30. Jenson is scheduled, as far as I knew at the time, for 11:15 or 12. A little wait then, but not so bad. You'd have to set off pretty early in a car from anywhere further away than Leeds or Sheffield or Liverpool. If you're going further than that away, then difficult journey. And where do you park? If you go to the NCP all day stay or whatever it's called, many pounds. So convenient for me. Ordinarily train ride, this time a coach ride and a little walk, so pretty good and quite cheap. So around the area, it's a big queue, but not so bad. I'm originally queuing for some kind of VIP access if you're a Vodafone customer, because they are the host of this event. If you're a Vodafone customer, you can get into this exclusive paddock area. I'm not quite so sure what it was all about really. And you also have to check in online. My phone doesn't have online, but it does. It's very sketchy. But the point remains, bit of effort really, long queues. I think if you were going to go to that area and do it properly and enjoy it thoroughly, you'd go on the Saturday or Sunday of the weekend,